As you know, it's been a horrid last week or so for the Broncos outfit. After having multiple players back up from Origin duty, we saw some serious holes in their game during their round 17 clash with the Titans on Sunday afternoon. The Broncos went down 18-12 and walked away from the game with two huge injuries and a massive suspension, which puts their final hopes in question. In today's video, I'll cover the Jordan Ricky and Thomas Flegler injuries, as well as take a deep dive into the Reece Walsh controversy. Let's get into it. Okay, so as I mentioned, the Broncos' Sunday clash with the Titans brought with it not only a devastating loss, but two huge injuries to Broncos prop Tom Flegler and back rower Jordan Ricky. Both players suffered devastating foot injuries, which were revealed by scans taken on Monday morning after the game. Thomas Flegler picked up a Lisfranc injury in his foot, whilst Jordan Ricky suffered a plantar fascia injury also in his foot. Broncos head of performance stated that both players will consult with specialists later this week to determine what measures must be taken to ensure a quick and safe return to the team. Both players will miss this weekend's round 18 Brisbane Derby against the Redcliffe Dolphins, which will be a massive blow for the team. There is no idea when the players will make their return, but as a Broncos fan, I hope it's very soon. After that brief insight into the Broncos' injuries coming out of round 17, it's time to enter what I'm sure most of you guys clicked on the video to hear about. The Reece Walsh controversy coming out of the round 17 clash with the Titans has been all over rugby league media in the past few days. On Sunday afternoon, the Broncos' star fullback was picked up allegedly verbally abusing the game's official Chris Butler. Here's the clip.
Because he's gone behind one of his own players.
Obstruction.
And now they'll be March 10 for back chat.
I reckon Walsh will go to the bin here.
You can see Reece Walsh coming up in support when Selwyn Cobbo elected not to use him and go behind him. There was nowhere Reece could go. And here's an easy decision.
As you can hear in the clip, explicit language can be heard in the background after the whistle was blown, signalling the obstruction penalty. In the clip, it sounds like Walsh's voice, and this can be confirmed when he actually blows up at the referee after the 10-metre advancement. You can see him pointing and trying to explain to him that he was talking to Patrick Carrigan after Paddy had had a spray at Walsh himself. We can sort of see this in the clip as Paddy is indeed talking to Walsh and you can hear his voice. However, this does not necessarily mean Reece was talking back to Carrigan. So on Tuesday night, 2 days after the game, Reece Walsh was set to sit in front of the judiciary for his punishment to be determined, if there was to be one at all. The trial ran for a total of 3 hours and had multiple players such as David Fifita and other Titans players make statements to support the Broncos and Walsh's argument, and that he was indeed talking to Patrick Carrigan. In the referee report, Chris Butler admitted to not actually hearing Walsh's explicit language, but instead gave the 10-metre advancement due to Walsh's body language. This actually makes a lot of sense, because Butler had actually awarded the 10-metre advancement before the language could be heard at the end of the 3-hour trial. Walsh was found guilty and was given a 3-match suspension as a punishment. Personally, I think this punishment and even the whole trial is really harsh. All the evidence that they had against Walsh was the fact that you could hear the language and that the referee was standing in front of him. You could also say that Walsh's behaviour throughout the rest of the game would have had an effect on the decision as well. For such a circumstantial argument and the fact that this is his first charge for this sort of behaviour, personally I think he should have just been given a fine, and that's all it really deserved. I feel like this situation had nothing on James Tamu's freak-out towards the refs last season, which only landed him with a 1-game ban. So I don't know if this was taken into consideration at all when coming to a decision for the Walsh trial. Over the past few days, Walsh has copped a lot of hate and backlash for his behaviour, but I feel like it's all been way too much for the situation. People are saying that he needs a reality check and to be pulled back into line. However, the way I see it is he's just playing with passion. The ref was making bad calls that were affecting him and his team, and he was sick of it. I mean, he's only 20 years old, and he's arguably the best fullback in the game right now. Like, he's coming off a huge Origin win, a 2-0 series over the Blues, and his Broncos are running top of the table with 15 wins. I think 14 wins. I have no idea if that's actually it's a lie. It's 14 wins. I just feel like this whole situation is a huge overreaction, and a ploy to get New South Wales a win in Game 3. That's just my opinion, guys. I'm sure most of you Queensland supporters out there will agree with me. But yeah, I feel like it was just way over the top. It didn't deserve what it got at all. Walsh, at most, a 1-game ban. I reckon it deserved a fine, maybe a $3,000 fine. I guess his situation in Game 2 of the Origin series on Wednesday night last week didn't help after he got fined 20% of his pay packet from Origin for headbutting Jerome Luai. So I don't think that would have helped with his decision at all. But I feel like, yeah, it's a huge overreaction and he should be free to play this week. But looking at it this way, we got Tristan Saylor at the fullback position for this week. So hopefully he has a good game. He played well in his first game in Broncos colours. That was about 5 weeks ago, I think. Before Origin Game 1. He played well in that game, so hopefully he plays well again this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, we have the Broncos taking on the Redcliffe Dolphins. This is going to be a good game, I reckon. The Broncos are missing 3 key players, as I mentioned in this video. 2 to injury, 1 to suspension. But they play the Dolphins on the Saturday night at the Gabba in Brisbane, which is just wrong, but anyway. So yeah, we got Bronx Dolphins playing at the Gabba in Brisbane, 7:35 on the Saturday, 1st of July. We'll have a look at
dummying! Billy Walters takes the final tackle, just a few metres short of the line.
Yeah.
It's a strong tackle from Shop on Walters. Flegler, Tommy Flegler, only a metre or so short for Theta and Verrills. Important tackle there.
I'll be happy to do so.
Walters to Reynolds, and Ricky had overrun him. Forcing the half
anyway,
to hold the
that
ball.
is all for that today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below.
And there's the
If you
result.
want more
A
content
set
like this,
restart
hit the
conceded
subscribe
by
button
Mo
down below.
Fodawaker.
As well, we are nearly at
Can
300
they hang
subs,
on the Titans?
which is
They've been
crazy.
here for an eternity now. There's your answer.
Carrigan
Carrigan to Flegler.
But anyway, if you enjoyed the video with the new mic,
but he's done okay.
chuck that down in the comments below. I'd be happy to hear that. I think it's working well
Look at this.
compared to
Catch
the
and
old one.
pass.
But yeah, a bit of feedback about it would be nice.
Flegler scores.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, I guess.
Can't gang tackle players you can pass before
Thanks
the
for
line
watching.
like that.
My name's RB, and until next
Broncos
time,
finally.
peace.